So here the prosthetic heart valve, another name is called artificial heart valve, which is placed at the replacement of a valve during its function failure. So here the prosthetic heart valve was introduced, that is the valve replacement surgery has started in the earlier 1960s, and it has dramatically improved to the outcomes of patient with the valvular disease, and approximately 90,000 valves are implanted in a country, and 280,000 valves are implanted in a worldwide each year. So there are approximately half of the number of valves are mechanical valves, another half of the number of valves are bioprosthetic valves. So there was an improvement in prosthetic valve design and surgical procedure over the past decades. This valve replacement does not provide a definite cure to the patients. Instead, the native valve diseases is replaced by prosthetic valve. So here it is taken as a trade for a prosthetic valve disease, and the outcome of patients undergoing valve replacement is affected by the prosthetic valve in terms of hemodynamic. That means there is a dynamic of blood flow due to this one. And what all the expectation we must have designing the prosthetic valve? One must be, that is a prosthetic valve must have the dynamic blood flow function. Second one is durability, that means ability to withstand for long years. Third one, it is that is called thrombogeneticity. That is called thrombogeneticity is called materials which should contact with the blood. It should not have any kind of a reaction over the blood. So this is three kind of considerations very important for designing the valve. And we can say in many of the prosthetics are related, which a complication can be prevented or their impact minimized through the optical prosthesis selection in the individual patient, and careful medical management must be taken care of designing the valve. Here the valve is, there is two types we can tell it these prosthetic valves. One is a mechanical valve, and which means it is not having any kind of electronic parts is added with this valve. With the help of elements, it will act as like a native valve in the heart. Second one is called prosthetic valve, that is made up of a biomaterial. And first we will discuss about the types of prosthetic valve and design. Now you are seeing here is A, B, C is called prosthetic valve. That is so here A, B, C is called mechanical valve, and D, E, F, G, H is called prosthetic valves. So we will see that what is the function, we will see one by one. Here in this type of prosthetic valve, the design expectation we will discuss. It is an ideal valve. It should substitute the mimic characteristics of a normal native valve. In particular, it should have the excellent hemodynamic. That means the dynamic of blood flow must be easiest way. and also long durability, that is called withstanding must be a long years, and high thermopro resistance, that means it should reduce the blood clots. So these three kind of consideration are very important for preparing the prosthetic heart valve. And also it must be a excellent implantability, that means easily suitable to all the patient. So unfortunately these ideal valve substitutes does not exist. What we design, it is not, does not exist, and each of currently available prosthetic valve has a inherent limitation. So here we will see the first mechanical prosthetic valve. So here we will see that there are three types of mechanical prosthetic valve. So first one is a bileaflet valve, second one is monoleaflet valve, third one is a caged ball type valve. First we will see one by one. So this is called a bileaflet mechanical valve. First we will see that it's a description. So what is that bileaflet mechanical valve? So this valve, it is first we will discuss about bileaflet valve. Here the bileaflet valves are made up of two semilunar discs attached to the rigid valve ring by a small hinges, that means movable joint. It's contained. The opening angle of leaflet is relatively to the annulus plane, which ranging from 70 degree to 90 degree, and the open valve consists of three orifices, and it is having a first one is a small orifice, second one is a slit like a central orifice, and third one is between the two open leaflets orified. So here the two larger semicircular orifices are laterally connected. Second one name is called a monoleaflet mechanical valve. So here the monoleaflet mechanical valves are composed of a single disc secured by a lateral or a central metal struts. Here the opening angle of the disc is relative to the valve annulus. That means from this figure, it is containing the area between a pair of concentric circle, you can see there, which is ranges from 60 degree to 80 degree, which resulting in two distinct orifices, that is opening path. Here it is having distinct opening path of different sizes. Third one, we are seeing that a caged ball valve. So here the caged ball valves, which consist of a silicastic, that is called a silicon cone ball with a circular swaying ring, that means it will movable one, and it is a cage formed by a three metal arches which are no longer implemented. However, it is having several thousands of people still have a caged ball valve, and these patients required must have the follow-up after the caged ball have been placed on the heart. So here, what is the criteria in favor of using the mechanical valve includes, that is which is we will see that one by one. That is the informed patient wants a mechanical valve and has no contradiction for a long term anticoagulation. First criteria. Second criteria is patient is already on anticoagulation That means mechanical prosthesis is in the another position or at a high risk of a thromboembolism. Third one, the criteria, the patient is at a risk of accelerated bioprosthesis structural, that is called deteriorations. That means for young age people or hyperparathyroidism or renal insufficiency. Third criteria for having the mechanical valve, the patient must be less than 65 years of age and has no long expectancies. So these are all called peoples must have the mechanical valve. Next we are going to see the other type is called bioprosthetics valves. Here we will discuss the bioprosthetics valves. So what is going to have their role in that, we will see it one by one, and we will see that one. Next one is a bioprosthetic valve. So here bioprosthetic valve we are going to discuss now. So this is D is called a bioprosthetic valve. The name is called stented porcine bioprosthetics valve. The second one and diagram E, it is called a stented pericardial bioprosthesis valve. Third one is called a stentless porcine bioprosthesis valve. That is three kind of bioprosthesis valve. We can see it here. Further we can see the another one. So we will discuss that another two things. So another valve we can tell it about. So this is called G is called percutaneous bioprosthesis valve, which is expanded over a balloon type, and the H figure it is telling about self expandable percutaneous bioprosthesis valve. So now we will see that what is the performance of these bioprosthesis valve, and we will see one by one. Before that we will discuss. So here we will see that what will be happening in the bioprosthesis valve. So here, so bioprosthesis it may be preferred in the following situation. First one, the informed patient wants to a bioprosthesis valve. Second one, it is having a good quality and anticoagulation which is unavailable in a bioprosthesis valve. The contradiction or high risk or and complicates problem and lifestyles also it is having in a bioprosthesis valve. Here the patient must be greater than or equal to 65 years of age, and it has a limited life expectancy. And fourth one, the patient is a woman or a childbearing age also can go for a bioprosthesis valve. So bioprosthesis degenerate more rapidly in young patients and during the pregnancy. Hence a woman in her late 30s or early 40s who has completed her family should probably be advised to have the mechanical valve. First we will discuss one by one. So what is the prosthesis valve? First we will discuss. uh, the stent, we can call it as a stent and porcine prosthesis wall. We'll discuss that one. So what is its what is the form? It is in a figure D, it is called a stentent. Stentent means called a framed structure. So framed structure, another name in a biological term, stented. Okay, that is called a bioprosthesis. So here the design of bioprosthesis purpose, which is to mimic the anatomy of a native heart wall. So you are seeing in a figure D and E, and porcine means we can call it as a reassembling. Okay, we can resemble, that is a resembling means it is similar to the native aortic wall. Same kind of assembling we can do it in a bioprosthetic wall, which consists of 3 porcine aortic wall, a leaflet crossed linked with a glutaraldine solution and mounted on a metallic or a polymer support stent. Here the pericardial walls are fabricated from the sheet of a bovine pericardium through the double layer membrane mounted inside and outside of a supporting stone. Here next we will see that F is called it's called a stainless bioprosthesis wall. We will see that about its description. In an effort to improve a wall hemodynamics, that is called dynamic of blood flow and durability, the several types of stainless, that is called aortic valve pathologies. So these bioprosthetics walls have been developed due to this reason. The stainless bioprosthesis are manufactured from the whole porcine, that means called a resembling aortic wall, or fabricated from a bovine pericardium. Next, that is we are going to see the another one, that is description about G and H. Here that is called first G is called percutaneous bioprosthesis wall. Here the percutaneous aortic wall, which is implementation is emerging as an alternative to standard aortic wall replacement, that is called AVR, in patient with symptomatic aortic stenosis, which is considered to be a high level or prohibitive operative risk. You are seeing it is in a figure G and H. These walls are usually implanted using the percutaneous transfemoral, that means providing easy path approach to the heart, which is reduce the problem of vascular access and associated with a complication, and a transpical, that is called providing easy access to aortic wall, that is called we can say that approach to the through a small thoracotomy may also be used. At present the procedure appears promising, but it's remain experimental and is currently understanding the further investigation. Next one, the selecting the optimal prosthesis in the individual patient, that is in a bioprosthesis versus mechanical. So we are going to see that which one is the best for suitable to the patient. whether the bioprosthetic valve or a mechanical valve. And here the most important factor that should be considered in the first step are the patient age, life expectancy, preference, indication and a contradiction for the warfarin, that is a water soluble compound with the anticoagulated properties therapy, and comorbidity, that is okay. So in American College of Cardiology or American Heart Association and European guidelines, the weight given to the patient age has been reduced, whereas much greater importance is now given to the patient performance, that is a patient preference. We can say that what all the patient preference we have to take choosing the prosthesis valve, that is called the criteria in favoring of using the mechanical valve, which including following one. We know that one is the informed patient wants to a mechanical valve and has no contradiction for long term anticoagulation. Second one is the patient is already on anticoagulation, that means mechanical prosthesis in another position or high risk for a thromboembolism. Third one, the patient is at risk of accelerated bioprosthesis. Structural determinations must be their age, hyperparathyroidism and renal insufficiency. Next one, the patient must be less than 65 years of age and they must have the long life expectancy. Here the selection process of that is a prosthesis model and its size. So after the prosthesis type, that is the mechanical versus biological is selected, one should be logically contemplate the prosthesis model that have a well established track record with regard to a long durability, that name is called the bioprosthesis, and low thermogenicity, that is called a mechanical prosthesis. You are seeing in a figure A, B, C is called thrombogenicity having in a mechanical prosthesis, and a long durability you can see it in a bioprosthesis from figure D to H. The thromboembolic rates are a poor indicator of a valve thrombogenicity, because they can be high influenced by the patient risk factor and anti-thrombolic management. That means thrombogenicity of individual prosthesis should thus be determined on the basis of reported valve thrombosis rate for that prosthesis in relation to the anticoagulation intensity and valve position. In this record, it should be noted that prosthesis cannot be. So after the prosthesis types, that is mechanical versus biological is selected, one should be logically contemplate the prosthesis model that have a well established track record with the regard to a long durability and low thermomechanical prosthesis. The next step is choosing a prosthesis model that provides superior hemodynamic performance to prevent the prosthesis patient mismatch that is name is called the ppm, and thereby minimize the post operative transprosthetic gradient. Hence, among the bioprostheses with a similar durability or mechanical valve with a similar thrombogenicity, that is called a material which is contact with the blood, one should preferably select the model that provides a large valve which is called effective orifice area, that is EOA, that is, and in relation to the patient annulus size, the hemodynamic performance of EOA, that is effective orifice area ability of prosthesis is essentially determined by the size of the prosthesis that can fit into the patient annulus and the portion of the total cross-sectional area, that of prosthesis, that is actually available for the blood flow. To this effect, it should be understood that hemodynamic performance is not equivalent for all models of prosthesis. Instead, it is generally superior in a newer compared with the older generation of prosthesis. In mechanical, compared with the stented bioprosthesis valve, in a stentless, that is framed structure compared with the stented bioprosthesis, a recent meta-analysis shows that compared with the stented bioprosthesis, stentless valve provide a large EOS, that is the effective orifice area, which reduce the transprosthetic gradient and greater left ventricle mass regression, but at the expense of periodically, that means it is a cardiopulmonary bypass time can be prolonged.